Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Billionaire Book Club. And today we're doing a quick review on the chapter on visions and ideals. Visions and ideals. Let's see. There we go. So basically, today we're going to talk about visions, the dreams. James Allen says that dreamers are basically the saviors of this world. And when I think about a dreamer, I remember, the most, I think a lot of people will relate to this is somebody like, Martin Luther King. His biggest speech was, I have a dream, right? So these are the saviors of our world. These are the people that really have a dream, have a vision, and they do whatever it takes to accomplish whatever dream, whatever vision, whatever ideal that they have. Hi, Elsie. Welcome. So, James Allen says that humanity cannot forget its dreamers. We can never forget their ideals. They will never fade away. They will never die away. We live through them. We live through these people. We continue to, pretty much carry forward whatever vision that they had, even though they've been long gone. So whoever you are, if you are a composer, a poet, a sage, a prophet, you are the person, you are the one that's the maker of this afterworld, the architect of our heaven, right? And it says the world is beautiful because, these people have lived, the prophets of old, these, some politicians even, preachers, those people that had those big dreams and set out to accomplish them. The world has become more beautiful because they lived, and without them, humanity would have perished, right? So James Allen says that if we cherish a beautiful vision, whatever ideal that we put in our hearts, one day we shall realize it. Okay. Uh, and so he continues to tell whatever it is that you have in your heart to do, continue cherishing it, continue pursuing everything that you desire, because as you keep on, it shall become reality. He says, cherish your visions, your ideals, the music that stars in your heart, the beauty that forms in your mind, the loveliness that drapes your purest thoughts, for out of them will grow all the delightful conditions, all the heavenly environment. If you remain true to them, you must remain true, and your world that you desire will at last be built. And James also continues to say that to desire, if you desire something, you shall obtain it. To aspire to have something, you shall achieve it. Because why? Once you ask, you receive, right? But remember, another thing also he says, whatever you dream, you shall become. Your vision is the promise of what one day you shall become. One day you shall be what you're dreaming today. Your ideal is the prophecy. You're prophesying of your future, of what you shall at last unveil. Okay, so he continues to also say the greatest achievement that we have in our lives, it first began with a dream. Okay, the oak tree, as big and mighty as the oak tree is, it began as an acorn. It was so small. The birds that we see flying, they were once upon a time in just an egg. What else? The highest vision, in the highest vision of your soul, an angel, a waking angel starts. All of us, I really believe we are all angels to one another. We have people around us that have been angels, to you, that have done something that was out of the blue, and you're like, whoa, this is an angel moment. So he says the dreams that are the seedlings, our dreams are the seedlings of our realities. So we have to keep on dreaming. And one thing I like, he says on page 59, you cannot travel within and stand still without. I thought that was so powerful. I was like, that's food for thought. It's so true, because if you, in your mind, you're traveling somewhere, even if you picture something like you're going to a beach somewhere, and you just keep thinking the same thought over and over and over and over, it shall become, because God will just find a way of connecting you to the right people, the right resources to get you to wherever you're trying to do. And he talks about a young man, a youth that is, growing in a life of poverty and labor, maybe even didn't go to school, have all these lack and limitations. But this youthful man is dreaming of better things, dreaming, of getting more intelligence, probably just going to libraries, reading books, trying to find, become better. And then he starts conceiving of things, bigger than where he is, at wherever he is, at the point of his life, thinking of a bigger and wider vision compared to the one he has in his life. And of course, because of these thoughts in his mind, now there's some kind of unrest, and this unrest pushes him into action, right? And then he starts acting on that dream. And then all the spare time that he has, he utilizes that time, even though sometimes it's just a small minute here, 10 minutes there, towards this goal. He uses that to develop his powers, whatever resources he can find. And then very soon he finds that, oh my gosh, his mind is altered, he's thinking differently, he's seeing things, in a different light. And then now he's like, you know what? He's out of harmony with the situation that he was once in, because now he has moved, his mind has transformed and moved from the place of lack to where now he's thinking bigger things. And then now as time, continues, and now he becomes an older man, now he becomes a master, because now he has mastered his mind. He has mastered his thoughts and pushing his thoughts towards the things that he desires, right? So we can all become masters. And he says that even us, as we are reading these books, we can realize our visions, we can realize our ideals, if we can just keep on pushing, if we all gravitate toward that which we want, that which we love, that which we desire, we shall truly realize it. He says it shall all be placed into our hands, the results of our own thoughts. We shall receive that which we earn, no more, no less. Okay, so we have to put in work. There is action that is required on our part. Okay, he says, whatever your present environment may be, you will fall, or you will remain, or you will rise with your thoughts, your visions, and your ideals. I thought that was so amazing when he said that. And so at the end of the day, I like even when we read scripture and we see that, they talk about, when people would call Jesus master, why would they call him master? Because he had mastered himself. He had mastered the art of faith, believing in God Almighty and believing that all things are working out for his good no matter what. And that's why he had so much faith to even go all the way to the cross, because he believed and he knew that it was not only for his good but for the good of mankind. All right. So, and sometimes, and he talks about how humanity, sometimes we are so ignorant, and we look at, people that are maybe wealthy, and we say, oh my gosh, they're so lucky. They were born in a rich family. Oh my gosh, they won the lottery. Oh, they're so lucky. But even people that win the lottery, guys, we have to remember they had to go by faith to the store and bought the lottery ticket, believing that, this could just be the ticket that's, the winning ticket. So they took action. They just didn't sit in the house and the ticket just fell into their lap. No, they took a step of faith and took $1, $2, $5, went and bought a ticket. And oh my gosh, they went and, after they did their scratch off, boom, now they're winners. Because why? They put in some effort. They put in their thought process where they're like, you know what? I'm going to do this, and I'm believing, it's effort and there's faith that's involved. But one thing also, especially with people that are wealthy, we don't see their trials, we don't see their failures, we don't see their struggles that they have encountered to gain, everything that they have right now, right? We don't know the sacrifices that they've made. We don't know the sleepless nights that they have had. We don't know the tears that they have shed to get to the point where we are. We just see the glory, but we don't know their story, right? But everybody has a story. It doesn't matter who it is. They have been through dark situations. They have been through heartaches, right? But what do we see? We just see the light. We see the joy. We see everything. We say, oh my gosh, they're so lucky. There's nothing like luck. They have been on a long journey, many of them. It has been an arduous journey. But now, because they kept focused on their goal, now they have achieved, right? But so we have to really get to that point where we understand that everything is a process. Okay, everything is a process. We cannot just enter into something. Even for me, I can think about it as a mother. When I was pregnant, I didn't just get pregnant today and tomorrow, boom, the baby was there. No, it took a long 9 months, of throwing up, of, oh my gosh, being hungry, mood swings and Oh my gosh, all these are the things that come with pregnancy. For the child now, after 9 good months, it's like, okay, now the time has been, you put in the time. Now here's the beautiful baby. And then once the baby comes and everything disappeared, the pain, all the nausea, it's gone just like that. And you're like, wow, I can't believe this. But yeah, but let me tell you, it took a lot of effort, even just to bring that child, forth. You have to eat, you have to feed that child, so and it goes back to even as a as a farmer. You plant the seed, you water the seed, you go back, you weed, you go back, you put manure, and then, with time, they talk about like I think the avocado tree that takes like between 10 and 15 years before it can even produce fruit. What if the farmer would give up after a year or 5 years and say, oh, you know what, this is never going to work? Then you never realize, your vision. So in all our human affairs, there's effort. Effort brings results. Okay. And then he says the strength of your effort will determine the strength, the measure of your result. There's nothing like chance in this life. Okay. Whatever possessions we have, be they spiritual, be they material, okay, whatever we have, it has been a fruit of effort. Okay. So whatever vision that we glorify in our minds, okay, whatever we enthrone, that is what we will become. So as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So that's the end of that chapter. We just have one more to review, the chapter on serenity, and then we'll be done with this book. And I'm super duper excited to do our second book, guys. I really badly want to do this book, Hung by the Tongue, because it really goes into how our tongue is so powerful, to where everything that we say, we can have. And so we have to really, really get in the mood of, just watching our thoughts and the ones that really come out of our mouth. So guys, thank you so much, Billionaire Book Club, for joining me again today. I will be back to do the last review on that chapter, on that book, As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. And then we'll move on to Hung by the Tongue by Francis P. Martin. Thank you so much, guys. God bless you.